Deep in the heart of Suffolk, England, lies a village with a name as curious as the story it holds: Woolpit. This quiet and unassuming place might seem like an ordinary rural village today, but nearly 900 years ago, it was the setting for one of history's most bizarre and enigmatic tales. Imagine this. Two children with green skin appear out of nowhere, speaking a language no one understands, and claiming to come from a land shrouded in eternal twilight. It sounds like the stuff of legend, but this is the real-life mystery of the Green Children of Woolpit. This tale has fascinated historians, writers, and curious minds for centuries, raising questions that challenge our understanding of history, culture, and even reality itself. Who were these children? Where did they come from? How did they get here, and why did they vanish from history just as mysteriously as they appeared? The story dates back to the 12th century, during the reign of either King Stephen or King Henry II. While the precise year remains unclear, what we do know comes from the writings of two medieval chroniclers, William of Newburgh and Ralph of Coggeshall. Both men recorded events and curiosities of their time, and the tale of the Green Children was one that captured their attention. According to their accounts, these strange children, a boy and a girl, were found near the village of Woolpit. They were discovered by villagers working in the fields, who were shocked to see their green-colored skin. The children were found by a wolf pit, a deep trench dug to catch wolves, which gives the village its name. The villagers were immediately struck by how out of place the children seemed. Their skin was not only an unusual green hue, but their clothing was made of a material and style that no one had ever seen before. This, along with the children's fearful demeanor, only deepened the villagers' curiosity. Who were these children, and how had they ended up in such an isolated place? The mystery deepened further when the villagers tried to care for the children. Despite offering them the usual array of English food, bread, meat, and vegetables, the children refused to eat. Days passed and the children grew weaker. But just when hope seemed lost, something remarkable happened. The children were presented with raw beans, still in the pod. To everyone's amazement, the children eagerly ate them as though this was the only food they recognized. As time went on, the children became more accustomed to their new surroundings. They started eating a wider variety of foods, and with that, something else happened. Their green skin began to fade. Historians have speculated that their greenish hue might have been due to chlorosis, a form of iron deficiency anemia, which can give the skin a greenish tint. Sadly, the boy did not survive for long. The girl, however, grew stronger and healthier as time passed, and as she recovered, she began to learn English, slowly bridging the gap between her world and that of the villagers. As her communication skills improved, she was able to share more of her story. The girl explained that she and her brother came from a place she called Martin's Land, a world that was enveloped in perpetual twilight, where the sun never shone, and where everything was shrouded in dim, dusky light. In this land, all the inhabitants had green skin, just like she and her brother did when they were found. According to her, they had been tending their father's cattle in this strange land when they heard the distant sound of church bells. Intrigued by the sound, they followed it, entering a long, dark cave. After walking for what seemed like hours, they finally emerged on the other side. One of the most common theories is that the children were Flemish refugees. The green skin could have been a result of malnutrition, and the unfamiliar language they spoke might have been Flemish, a language the local villagers did not recognize. This theory seems plausible, but it still leaves certain elements unexplained. Separated from their family and wandering through unknown lands, it's conceivable that they created a fantastical story to make sense of their confusing and frightening situation. Some believe they were extraterrestrials or interdimensional travelers, beings from a parallel world that exists just beyond the fabric of our reality. In medieval times, such ideas would have been unheard of, but today, with modern scientific concepts like multiverses and parallel dimensions, the idea that the children came from a different reality seems more conceivable. Could they have stumbled into our world through a portal, perhaps hidden deep within the earth, or in a place where the boundaries between worlds are thin? In Celtic mythology, there are numerous stories of fairy folk, beings from the other world, who live in a realm parallel to our own and occasionally cross into our world through fairy mounds or hidden portals. Were they simply lost children, separated from their people during a time of political unrest? Or did they truly come from a hidden world, as their story suggests?